Everything feels fine when the routine works. The bills are paid, the career moves forward, the car starts, and income flows steadily into the bank. Then a single phone call interrupts the plan. A medical diagnosis, a sudden fall, or a severe storm breaks the equilibrium. Most of us operate under a hidden assumption. We treat our physical well-being and our financial stability as two completely separate accounts, existing in total isolation. But they are deeply entangled. If your body breaks down, your savings can evaporate trying to repair it. And if your bank account is drained, your options for medical care rapidly shrink. Operating without a plan that ties these two systems together leaves your family's future exposed to sheer chance. Hope is a terrible defense strategy. Consider a provider who has spent 25 years securing a foundation for their family. They go to work, support aging parents, and build up a modest savings. Then they end up in a hospital bed. Looking at this network diagram, we can see how the crisis spreads. The central node, physical health, flashes a warning. Immediately, new branches spawn outward as hospital stays, specialist fees, and medication costs generate direct medical debt. As the patient misses work, the primary income pipeline severs completely. The cash flow simply stops. With the pipeline dry, the outer structural nodes begin to crack under the accumulating pressure of fixed monthly obligations, like the mortgage, the car loan, and utilities. The stress does not stay contained. It jumps to peripheral resources, aggressively draining the time and savings of extended family members who step in to provide secondary care. The priority of the household shifts. The central question changes from medical recovery to economic survival. How to keep the entire structure from collapsing while the provider is incapacitated. Without a pre-existing defense, families are forced to max out credit cards, borrow from relatives, start public fundraisers, or delay vital medical care. Properly structured insurance functions as a protection wall. These policies are designed to trigger and halt a financial cascade before it can reach the core of a family's legacy. Watching our system diagram again, we see how proper health insurance acts as a firewall. It slams down between the health crisis and the household liquidity, absorbing the financial shock before it can spawn uncontrollable debt. Simultaneously, a disability policy activates. It builds a secondary bypass, artificially pumping resources back into the system to keep those fixed structural payments flowing while the primary earner recovers. Backing this up, an emergency savings fund and an updated life insurance policy wrap the core assets in a final layer of armor, ensuring the family's legacy transfers intact. A monthly premium secures this architecture. It is the mathematical barrier that prevents a temporary physical crisis from turning into a permanent economic collapse. Waiting for a crisis to figure out your coverage results in a scramble through old passwords, assumptions, and messy emails. Reviewing your protection before the storm hits requires a systematic approach. Step 1 is blunt extraction. Gather up every policy you have: health, life, auto, renters, disability. Just write them down in one place. Do not try to analyze or judge them yet. Step 2 is mapping the mechanics. For every policy on that list, identify exactly who it protects, what the exclusions are, the specific deductible, and the named beneficiary. Look at this split-screen comparison. On the left is dense, overwhelming legal text, but on the right, an AI tool has ingested that jargon and distilled it into a clean 3-point checklist of specific questions to ask your human agent. Step 3 is isolation. Analyze data and circle a single critical leak. Maybe you lack disability coverage, or an ex-spouse is still listed as a beneficiary. When a medical emergency strikes, administrative confusion translates directly into avoidable financial loss. Fixing that one leak today removes the confusion. Even with a plan, you might face gaps. If you are uninsured and confronting steep medical bills, proactively contact the hospital's billing department. Many nonprofits have charity care programs or itemized payment plans that can reduce the immediate pressure. If you need coverage right now, you don't always have to wait for open enrollment. Losing previous coverage, moving, or a change in household size can trigger a special enrollment period, allowing you to secure a policy outside the normal window. If a family member passes away and you cannot locate their life insurance, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners offers a free policy locator service to track down missing benefits. Finally, never guess at your local rules. Specific compliance requirements, like strict state no-fault auto laws, carry severe penalties for uninsured drivers. Review the exact rules for your area with a licensed professional. Do not try to fix everything at once. Pick one specific insurance lane right now. Run the audit, find your biggest vulnerability, and patch it before the weather turns. Health without financial protection is devastating. Wealth without protection is fragile. Securing the wall between these two systems is how you guarantee your family remains standing, no matter what hits.